Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. Got Steve on the camera. Today we have, coming from BUDDYRC, this is the OMP 55-inch Decathalon. It's a receiver-ready airplane. Comes with all the servos, all 4 servos, speed controller, motor, and it runs 3 or 4S. We did an unboxing of this thing, very detailed unboxing and assembly of this thing that I have on the RCINFORMER YouTube channel, so check it out. It's a little long, but it's very detailed. I've made some improvements and some building techniques that'll help guys out to get your wires in place, because it has structural wiring here that actually supports the tail, and just different ways to line it up. I reversed my speed controller on the inside because I felt it fit in a little bit better, so I made a little improvements to it that'll help you guys get it going in that video. Now for now, it's a 3 or 4 cell, but I got a 4S mounted in there. It's a 3200, and we're gonna go with it. Steve, you ready?
Let's hit it.
I also, in that video, and I'll put the links to that in the upper right hand corner of the screen, I put there's a hole here that wasn't really cut out, but it looked like it was laser cut and meant to, and I think this will keep it a little cooler, so when I mounted the speed controller in a special way. So check that video out, and that's all there. It's an awesome airplane. It built beautifully. A couple notes, Steve, before we go. Check out the throws. Can you zoom in on that?
Yep.
The throws are way out on these arms, because I think this plane is meant to be 3D'd. So same thing for the elevator. Steve, you want to get on that?
Yep.
Rudder, same way. So we may move that in after this flight. So this is really a test flight, folks, because it's got tons and tons of throw out of the box. This is full rate on the ailerons. You got that, Steve?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. Now I put 30 expo in there. The elevator moves a lot, rudder moves a lot, so I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be, you know, sort of too much throw. Now, what I also did though is I put lower rates in. So for your ailerons, you can see I got a mid and I got a low. So that's our low aileron rate, but I had to dial it back to 40% to do that, so we could lose some resolution. Same thing with the elevator. I went down to 40% for the low, I think 85 for the mid, and 100 for the high. So I didn't go past 100. So these look like relatively normal throws at 40%. It should fly okay there, but I don't know, so let's go kind of see what it does. CG-wise, as I'm holding this to balance it, okay, I can see that it's balancing sort of right behind that red line. You see that, Steve?
Yep.
Right on my finger. So that looks like about 30 to 40, 50 millimeters back. So maybe a little farther forward, but you know, we'll kind of just see what it does. So let's fly it, see if we need to retune anything. Also, before this flight, I had a twitchy elevator, and so I took the plug out and I tightened the linkages, and it seems to be smooth now. So me and Steve are going to go with it. So if it suddenly pitches and goes in, it might be that servo, but it seems okay now. We haven't had any fluttering with it. It hasn't done anything weird, and I'm checking it out now. So first flight out here today, we have not flown it. So right, left, up, down, left, and right. So, and we're good to go. We'll do a quick power check. I'm going to go to low rates on everything. Let me set the take the throttle kill off. Gobs of power.
Sounds like it's got a bunch.
Yeah, it does. So let's see, again, low rates. Let's see how it does. CG kind of far forward. Let me drive it around, see how it goes on the grass. Seems pretty like it handles it okay. And I think the wheel pants on this are set up that you could put bigger tires if you wanted to. So all right, the taxi's okay. I'm just going downwind here a little bit. All right, one more time. Right, left, up, down, left, right. I just built 4 airplanes yesterday, guys, so in my shop, so it's a little bit of a blur sometimes. All right, take it off. That comes right up, nice. Let's go up with it. It wants to climb. I tell you, not bad. Not bad at all. It seems fairly controllable. I don't see anything crazy with it. Let's see if it needs any trimming at all. I'll come down the runway here. I'm only at about, I'm below just below half throttle right here. Yeah, not bad. I'm not really, maybe a little left aileron trim, but that's about it. Let me just try to fly it kind of calmly. I don't know, at that low rate, 40%, Steve, it doesn't seem bad. I don't seem to like have any loss of controllability. But I tell you what, if you came in on the servo arms like we talked about, you'd get a lot more resolution out of it. But I tell you what, it seems okay. I don't have, in the low rates, on the low rates, I don't have any expo in there at all. Wow, that's nice. What do you think?
Not bad at all.
That's cool. I mean, here, let's go again. Let's go with it. See if we can get it to do Just let that tail comes up fast.
Yeah, it does.
Let's go up with it. Wow, it goes upstairs like a bat out of hell. I mean, I'm still pointed up there. It's still going, still going. All right, let me power it back because I don't want to hurt Steve's neck. Wow. For low rates, it handles like I would expect an aerobatic plane to do. So, and also, guys, there is no gyro in this. I'm just using like a Hobby King, like a 7-channel receiver. So, very nice, very nice. Goes inverted well. Wow, that's low rates too. I can tell it probably could use a little more resolution, so if you guys want to fly it normally, I'm thinking move the arms up, you know, or move them closer to the center of the servo, and you'll get better control. But I tell you what, I'm not having any problems with it. So Steve, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go high rates. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I flipped everything to high rates, and now it's real touchy, so. Wow, that's crazy. It'll do all kinds of stuff like that. It's touchier, so I can definitely tell it's touchier, but I tell you what, without a gyro, it's pretty controllable. This is still high rates in there. But you can see it's pitching on me a little bit.
Yep.
And the faster you go, the pitchier it's going to be probably. Wow, it's very snappy, but real nice. Not bad, not bad. I was impressed. That's why I wanted to leave it alone, because I typically move everything in on the control arms to get the resolution out of it. But sometimes you leave it the way it is, and it seems like it's okay. I'm still in high rates right now, Steve. I'm just easing it on down. All right, I'm gonna go back to low rates because I don't need all that. Let me do a stall turn with it. Does that nice. This thing has a ton of rudder control. Really nice, nice rudder authority. Yeah, I'm back to low rates, and I think that's all you need. I think this thing, Steve, is okay with the throws the way they are. If you go down to like I said, I got about 40%, which I never go that low on setting stuff up. Here, let me do just some slow turns around here. Windsock's like dead out there. I'm just easing it around. That's nice. You can see it's got that landing light up front. Mm-hmm. It's got wingtip lights that are switchable. Flies nice inverted. I haven't flown in like a month or two here. Let me let me come down the other way. Let's do a good inverted pass with it here. CG is a bit far forward on this too for stability, so I don't really have it set up for, you know, 3D flying. Yeah, it's a little pitchier upside down. Decathalons aren't really meant to fly upside down, so, because it does have a flat bottom wing, so, but it'll do it, you know. Again, this is without stabilization. This is about half throttle. Yeah, it's definitely a little touchier upside down. I mean, this could benefit from a stabilizer, but I don't think it needs it. All right, let me come by hot in front of the camera here, Steve. Yeehaw! Man. And see, it's pitchy now. It gets pitchier with the speed, but Decathalons are not really high-speed airplanes. They're really kind of slower, but more, you know, kind of aerobatic and stuff. So, all right, I'm going vertical. Here we go. Roll it going up. I tell you what, it's aerobatic enough in low rate, but if you want more, again, more controllability going in on those arms and going back to 100% will actually make it much more controllable, probably for most flyers. But yeah, I'm not having any problem with it. I can tell it's a little touchier. Come back the other way. Yeah, I'm noticing now it is a little sensitive. I think going in on those arms would make it a little smoother. I like it. I like it. Very nice, very nice. I tell you, it takes off with about a quarter throttle. It's so lightweight. Gotta love wood models.
Yeah, that's a good.
BUDDYRC, guys, check it out in the links below. Very nice model. First time out here. Let me see what I can do with knife edge stuff with it. Let's try. it'll probably pitch out on me. Let's see, I might need to put a program in for it here. Let's try coming this way. Put it in a little left rudder. Yeah, it'll do it, but you got to hold. Yeah, you got to fly it through there. That's what happens with no stabilization. Yeah, it gets pitchy when you start going fast with it. Man, it does a hammerhead awesome though. Look at that. I mean, it's got some rudder authority. Holy smokes. Yeah, I could definitely have fun with this. "55-inch wingspan, 3 to 4S. And honestly, I hadn't flown it on 3S, but I think with 3S it'd fly probably just fine. It's got plenty of power just like this. All right, I'm gonna go high rates on everything again. That is crazy. Now I probably would have to push the CG back a little bit. Where's the wind? The wind's coming from our right, isn't it?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay. It was going the other way before. Here, let's try. See if I can get it slow and see what it does. I'm gonna do it up high. Just 3D-like, 3D style. Yeah, I need the CG back a little bit, but yeah, I can hover it. I'm not gonna do it low to the ground because I don't really do 3D, guys, but hey, it does it. Look at that. Not bad for Rich, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
I'm holding it there. We got some clouds for reference, so people will believe it. Yeah, I mean, if I practice with this in 3D, you could get it there. If you, in fact, shift that CG back a little bit, it'll probably hold it nicely. Again, I don't do 3D, so this is probably my best 3D thing. I'm just not doing it low to the ground because I'm not that great of a 3D guy, so I'll mess with it some more later, but hey, that's not bad. Hey, let me try that one more time. Steve, you ready?
Yep.
Let me go out. I'm going to go out here in front of you a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the controllability of this thing is incredible. Yep, yep. That's me messing up 3D. Well, the wind is picking up here. Let me try. See, I get 3D. I can hover a jet better than I can, you know, prop planes. But it'll do it. Look at that. All you 3D guys out there, this is a 3D plane. And that's probably why they set up the high rates, so you can do that kind of stuff. So, all right, Steve, I think we'll bring it in. Let's check the battery because I've been out there a little while. I got a 3200 pack with a forward CG. I think if you run that CG back a little bit, you'll be doing more 3D with it, and I may get into more of that a little later on. So there we go. I'll take that. You can see those lights, Steve. Can you get in on that wingtip light?
Yep.
I did put this on a 3-position switch, which I'm trying to figure out which one I did. I think it's this one. It's got a fast flash. It's got a steady mode, okay? And then you go to the middle, and I think you can turn them off. Now, there's flashing. Let me go down. Now, there it's still flashing.
You got a slow flash and a fast.
Now and it was fast and slow, wasn't it?
That's off.
I didn't realize there were 2 sprays, but look, it's off now.
Yeah.
You flip it again. There, it's steady. Okay, there's a slow flash, I guess.
Yep.
I didn't even notice the fast flash. Yeah, it is a faster flash, isn't it?
Yep.
So if you want to get in here on the radio, I just hooked it up to a 3-position switch. I really don't know how it works, but as I flip it, there it's off. We got steady. We got slow flash, fast flash. So you got to sort of cycle through because it's got 4 positions. Maybe I tried it on a knob and I tried it on a bind button, but I couldn't really get it to work the way I wanted it. I want to keep it steady, so let's drive it on back. Not bad, huh, Steve?
Oh, nice.
I mean, it flies really good. I'm really surprised that with those control horns, you know, way out like that it's controllable. But again, low rates on everything. You can see what that looks like right there. You know, low rates. That's about maybe an inch up, an inch down on the ailerons, elevator. Maybe about 3/4 up, 3/4 down, maybe an inch. Full rudder. And it'll do knife well. It's just you got to really control it with this because I got no stabilizer or programming in there. But super nice. Let me kill the throttle. Steve, take a look at the light up front. So it's got 3 lights in there, and it's got a little controller board. Steve, I don't know if you can get way back there. Do I got it at the right angle?
Yep.
There's a little board. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's a light controller board. So you plug that into any open channel, assign it to a switch, and you're good to go. So real nice aluminum cowl, aluminum spinner, I mean, all the way. It's a fiberglass cowling. Couple nice features that if you guys check out the unbox and assembly that I did of this thing in the upper right-hand corner there, you'll see all these screws. These are aluminum struts. These are structural. They actually tap into metal blind nuts. Same thing down here. There's metal in there, so you're not tapping it into wood. Landing gear just bolts on real easy. There's a top hatch that's magnetic, and it's echoing here when I talk, so it's because it's all wood and ultra coat. Super nice job on this. The tail, these are structural. I have a couple tips for strengthening these a little bit when you look at that video I made. Also, I removed some of the covering material off my elevator that I'll show you in that video, because they have you glue it right in without taking the covering. Steve, you remember doing that, right?
Yeah.
In the old days, you take the covering off before you glue wood to wood, or so you have wood to wood, but they left the covering on to glue in. I removed some covering. I'll show you guys how to do that, because it wasn't in the instructions, but I did it anyway. So the tail wheel bracket from the assembly I did, this is carbon fiber. They didn't make it metal, they made it carbon fiber. So I don't know, Steve, if you can get in on that whole tail.
Yep.
It's real nice. Nice aluminum fitting back here. They did a stellar job on this airplane. And I'm flying it on the NX-10, which seems nice. Again, that video is going to show you the cooling hole. You guys may or may not have this cut into yours, but I put mine in there, and it obviously cools it well. Let's see what the battery is doing. Oh, and I also reversed the speed controller in there, which will be in that video, partially because there was a strap holding it was a tie wrap in there that went over the battery floor, okay, guys? And if you don't remove that with the way the speed controller is, the battery sits on top of that wrap. And you can't make a really nice battery floor and get this thing far enough forward, the battery forward, without it being on the wrap, the tie wrap. So you can see what my battery floor looks like. That, Steve, can you get in okay?
Yep.
You can see right there, I made a real nice floor with it, so and put my shelf liner and all that. Real nice airplane. What do you think, Steve?
22%. You got 2 minutes on those batteries.
22%. This is a 3200 Spectrum 4S. And let's see what we got. 9%.
Whoa.
Went down there. I tell you, it's fun to fly. It flies great. Steve, you got any comments on this thing?
That's sweet out of the box. Wood airplane.
That was it. First flight out, and I left the throws, and I think the throws are okay where they are. But if you guys are not going to do 3D with it, I'm going to suggest, and I'll probably do this in a later flight, I'll move. Steve, if you can get in on the horn. I would move this thing, this ball link, in almost probably all the way to the inner, you know? And then dial yourself up to 100, 125%, whatever, and you'll get better resolution, and it's still super aerobatic. Just even with that, geez, even with that, even with that little bit of travel I had in there, that throw is, plug it back in. That throw is plenty, and you can get that probably on 100% travel and get all the resolution. So, all right, guys, that is it. We're going to close this out. We have more videos like this coming. Check this out at BUDDYRC. Super nice airplane. They're making some of the nicest, you know, wood models out there that are basically the same price of foam, that include motor, speed controller, servos. Beautiful ultra coater monocoat finish, so it's fantastic. Somebody's starting up some gas, so let me go. Steve, thanks for filming, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We got more content coming, and we'll see y'all next time.